Hey everybody, welcome to Matt Men, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm John Alba. Joining me as always is the one, the only, Rich Stambolian.
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce me as Denise Salcedo.
Joining me as always is Denise Salcedo.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? Denise here. It's your girl, Denise. Isn't that her line?
It's your girl, Denise. I don't know.
I think it is. It's your girl, Denise. Denise did a fantastic interview with Dave Meltzer yesterday.
Yes.
Posted. Big shout out to Denise. WrestleMania week, boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy week. I like Rick Stambolian better.
I'm not a fan of Rick.
You're going to be Rick. Can you be Rick today?
No.
I'll be John, you be Rick.
Can we Rockety Rick?
Rockety Rick.
You be John Alba, I'll be Rick Steiner.
You'll be Rick. WrestleMania week. Crazy amount of shows. Bunch of stuff to cover. A lot of speculation as to what happens over the next couple days. Are you excited?
Dude, I'm excited. I think I always like this time of year because it's not only the WWE stuff, but everybody piggybacks on the WWE stuff if you're a wrestling company, and there's shows going on all over the place, and we're going to try to do our best to, I guess, like cover it somewhat, do some cool interviews, have some extra shows. Yep. Tomorrow we'll be dropping our WrestleMania preview episode.
Yes, tomorrow our WrestleMania preview episode drops Friday, sometime in the afternoon, I'm sure. We also have, you're doing a podcast.
I'm interviewing Danny Warren Johnson, who's got a new comic called Do a Powerbomb out from Image, I believe, and he's going to be talking about wrestling with me also.
Awesome. And then we come back Saturday. We're going to be doing, possibly Saturday, we'll do a watch-along for the NXT show in the afternoon, or instead, we just go out and get drunk.
I cannot make that first watch-along, but I can make the
Saturday night.
Saturday night, I can make that. Sunday, I'm all yours.
Okay, so I'm thinking we don't do a watch along Sunday night. We just hang out. Saturday night, we don't do a watch along. We just hang out. Sunday, we do 2 hours of Wrestling Observer Live, and then we just watch the show like normal human beings.
Just do what we got to do as normal if people. The cameras don't exist. Look at this lovely $20 from Tim Anger. Thanks, man. Love you guys and my wrestling family. Sorry, I have been gone for a while. Well,
the Anger Man is back.
Thanks for coming, babe.
Tim Anger's back.
Good seeing you again.
Good seeing you. Come again. Let's go into some news.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go ahead.
All right. So, I know this is a very news-heavy week, but WWE is partnering with Johan Promotions to bring pay-per-views to Dave & Buster's locations, starting with this week's WrestleMania 38. Are you a Dave & Buster's fan?
What was the one before Dave & Buster's?
Jillian's?
Jillian's.
Yeah.
I used to go to Jillian's.
Yes.
And then it became Dave & Buster's.
Mm-hmm. Jillian's got dirty.
It was dirty.
It got real dirty.
But do you remember it was like a line to get in?
Yes.
Of like 18-year-olds?
Yep.
It was the worst.
Because they served alcohol.
Cheap
alcohol, too.
Yeah. So, is Dave & Buster's big?
Huge.
It is.
Like, you mean big like national or big
no, like are people like into Dave & Buster's? Like, is it like, oh, it's Friday night, let's go to Dave & Buster's?
I think so, dude. I think it depends on where you live. Like, you know, the older I get, the more I realize how spoiled we are living where we are. And let's say you live out in Farmingdale, where you're not going to take the train to the city.
You're not taking the train to the city.
You're going to go to Dave & Buster's.
Yeah, you may not have like the bars in a restaurant. You're going to go to Dave & Buster's. All right, cool. They're also going to be in movie theaters. They have distribution in movie theaters. I think that's a great idea. I think that's another way to create, buzz around your product. And to be honest, pay-per-view buys don't matter anymore. There's no pay-per-view to buy. It's on Peacock.
Exactly.
So, you get more people into the product, the better it's going to be. It's a different way of marketing it. It's a different way of thinking. WWE is returning to Saudi Arabia. I posted this on the Wrestling Observer website. My second story on there. I was like, you know what? Let's do a story on this. So pretty much, I spoke to somebody that does work with them in Saudi Arabia. And they're like, hey, you guys, you want to know something? I'm like, yeah, tell me. He goes, they're coming back in September sometime. He's like, I don't know when, but I would assume later September because they're doing the UK thing. And it's going to be TLC. Like, awesome. Okay. Oh, I think I know where. I think the reports were that I didn't know. A lot of people are like, oh, we don't know the location. I think it's going to be in the same place that the last one was.
Okay.
So let me just confirm that. I just popped in my mind. I was watching somebody randomly like on YouTube. It was funny. I'm sorry, I was on TikTok. I was scrolling and it was like a wrestling video. And the guy's like, big story coming out from Andrew Zarian of the Madman Podcast. I'm like, oh, tell me more.
Tell me more. What did I say?
Tell me more what I said.
Was it just John Alba?
It was John Alba. I had John Alba on We're Live, Pal.
Oh, very cool.
You didn't know. We're going to do the Spider-Man thing one day.
I hope so.
We're going to do this.
I would hope so.
They're going to be in Saudi Arabia in September. Pay-per-view will likely be TLC. They're also planning the UK show possibly to take place Labor Day weekend. I haven't heard, like, this wasn't, I was originally told the UK show. It seems like it's going to be in Wales, right? Is that confirmed? Or is that, like, kind of soft confirmed?
I think it's soft confirmed.
Okay.
Cardiff.
Yeah, Cardiff. WWE has announced a long-term deal with Fanatics. Now, this is interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are going to be running the merch store with a new version of WWE Shop. So WWE Shop is not going to be handled by them anymore.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting, right? Fanatics is going to handle it. It's also going to include a trading card deal because they bought Topps.
Wow.
And it's going to incorporate NFTs.
Not for takers.
This is interesting to me for a multitude of reasons, right?
Why?
WWE's always been an in-house company.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is in-house. That warehouse, their shop, I mean, that's where, like, you start in the company, right? That's where, like, Shane started.
Yeah.
You worked in the warehouse.
Yeah.
This is interesting that they're offloading so much of their day-to-days, right? They've offloaded the network.
Mm-hmm.
They've offloaded the shop.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
Very different philosophy.
That's the problem with doing everything all internal is that you, at some point, if you get very big, you're going to have to outsource.
Well, they are now. So Fanatics going to be running it. I need to get more information about this. This is quite obviously a Nick Kahn type thing. Yeah. It's a strictly strategic business decision that's going to benefit them for licensing reasons and everything else. It's just another piece in that shift where they are not controlling every aspect of everything being done internally. They are now working with partners, media partners, merchandising partners to kind of expedite how things are done.
Right.
Very cool stuff. Interesting. I always find that business stuff interesting. So here's a big story here. MJF and Tony Khan had words over the Ariel Helwani interview that MJF did. Apparently MJF did not ask for permission to do the interview. I don't know how much this is blown up. There were some stories that MJF is kind of annoyed at his contract.
Interesting.
That, he thinks that he should be making more money than what he has initially agreed to, what he signed a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard that. Like, I haven't asked. I haven't heard that, so I don't know how true that is. But they, you got to run things by AEW, by the P or whatever that the team is. I don't know if it's specifically Tony that he wanted him to tell, but
right.
Or this could be another piece to the storyline that they're putting it out there that he's upset to kind of play that game.
Yeah, everything needs to go through AEW PR. Like,
but do they? But does it?
We're trying to get Ruckus.
Yeah,
we're trying to get him on the show, and we've DM'd several times, and it's like, love you guys, blah 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 blah. If I do the interview, I need to.
Yeah,
you need to do this and CC so and so and so and so.
Yeah.
So it has to be like above. I get that.
Yeah.
But I also think MJF is the kayfabe 3.0.
He is kayfabe 3.0.
MJF is kayfabing the crap out of everything. This dude stays in character like nobody's business.
Yeah, and that's a commitment.
Oh, yeah, your favorite. Up next on the news.
Yeah.
AEW has officially told Marco Stunt that they will not be renewing his contract.
Okay, so there are budget cuts happening in AEW.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. You got like a piece of lint on that microphone.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah.
Or like right here?
Right on top.
Do you want me to kiss it off?
Yeah, lick it off. There you go. You got to cut costs. The roster's bloated, for sure. For sure bloated. Marco wasn't being used. What are you going to do?
We talk about this all the time, right? Where AEW started years ago as almost like a place for indie guys to really shine.
Yeah.
Right. And
here's your opportunity.
And if you remember, Cody, again, we're going to be talking about Cody a lot today. I feel like Cody and the Bucks would show up to these indie events and hand these guys contracts. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They would go and you'd see them on YouTube and be like, well, this is when Cody showed up to whatever show and said, hey, do you want to come work with us? You had that foundation of these guys, Marco Stunt, Joey Janela, Sonny Kiss, etc. And fast forward a few years and it's like, well, who do we have now on the roster? Are we going to put Marco Stunt on TV every week with Jungle Boy and Jurassic Express and Christian?
Yeah.
Listen,
it's a different company. They evolved.
Right.
They for good. I think generally all good. I don't see how they've devolved, but people are comparing this WWE budget cuts. It's going to be more of these guys. There's going to be tons of these.
Yeah.
When you're not using people, you let them go. That's a business decision. That's how it works. Same thing with WWE. Everybody's, beating up on WWE, and which some of it, where people beat up WWE? Budget cuts, sure, right? You look at those P&Ls and you're like, we're spending too much money on talent, whatever. But a guy like Bray Wyatt is not a budget cut. A guy like Braun Strowman,
budget cut.
Is that a budget cut?
I think so.
Maybe, but you figure it out.
Yeah.
There's more to this. Nia Jax is not a budget cut. Okay. Karrion Kross, not a budget cut.
Okay.
That's a bullshit answer.
Interesting.
For some, yeah, sure. I'm sure it's a budget. Like Marco Stunt, definitely it's a budget cut because you're not utilizing the guy.
Well, I think. Listen, I'm not good at.
And what can you do? What he no knock at Marco.
Right. Exactly.
But he's a specialty character.
Agreed. Again, I'm not good with the business speak, but if you're looking at it on paper and say, example, this is not really happening, but like if you go, hey, I want to sign Wyndham Rotunda / Bray Wyatt, and it's going to cost me $2 million. If I don't renew Marco's contract, I can add that to the pool to get the guy I want.
Sure.
It's like fantasy baseball, fantasy booking. You know,
that's exactly what it's like. Marco, I believe Joey Janela is not re-signing, right? I don't know who else, but you have a number of these guys, and then you got the other tier where you have where's Rusev?
Yeah,
where's Miro?
I think he re-signed.
I know, but where is he?
Nowhere.
Like,
but again, we also don't watch Dark or Elevation.
No, he's not.
So he could have shown up.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Really?
Yeah, no, he's not anywhere. So maybe he might be banged up. I don't know.
Big return.
But him, Brian Cage,
Kip Sabian. Yeah. Very interesting.
These were guys that were on TV and then they're not. So we'll see. Miro is in your hood shooting movies. Where is he? On some new TV show I saw.
Oh, interesting.
They're filming a TV show down the block at Sacred Heart.
Do you think what they're doing now with Wardlow, they could have done with Brian Cage?
Yes, but there's listen, you know what? Here's a great example. And I don't know Brian, I don't know the situation, but sometimes it's politics. Right? Like Wardlow came out of nowhere when they signed him. They were like, "Oh, who the hell is this guy?" Nobody knew who he was.
Yeah.
Really, people did not know who he was. Like I was not too I remember the name, but I wasn't familiar with him. And then you got a guy like Brian that's like a known name.
Yeah.
Big jacked up dude, very athletic. Why does one go over and the other one doesn't? Swolverine.
Yeah.
So it's numerous things.
Yeah.
Brian Cage is also 39 years old, but he looks fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
Age is just a number, Ahmed.
Yeah, don't be such an ageist.
Don't be an ageist. I'm going to be 38 this year. You're going to be 55.
Dude.
You look great.
Immortal.
What else do we have here?
It looks like the Raw rating. I'm going to let you take this one.
All right, Raw ratings. Very good number.
Yeah.
1.979. I believe it's higher than the last Mania Go Home.
Oh, that last Mania Go Home was bunk.
Last year, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't it total shit?
It was total shit show.
I don't remember the show, but I remember thinking, my God, how is this to go home?
Yeah, exactly. We had the same sentiment.
Raw was up by 200K, 1.9. So they were over, I think this is the first time in a long time that they were over 2 million for 2 hours straight.
Wow.
Think of that. Wow. They were over 2 million for 2 hours straight in the ratings. So
good for them.
Very interesting. Listen, I think it was not a terrible show. Was it a great go home? Not a great go home. I thought the previous weeks, the build was better.
Okay.
But I'm watching Raw again, which is crazy.
It's pretty nuts for both of us, man. I committed 3 hours on Monday.
Yeah. Did you think Cody was coming?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I think I told everybody he wasn't going to be there.
Yeah.
I think people are engaged with the Seth Rollins, Vince McMahon stuff. They're engaged with the Cody stuff.
Yeah.
They are very engaged with the Steve Austin stuff. They have some hot stuff happening. Listen, between Cody and I don't know, we're gonna find out how important Cody is in the grand scheme of things for them.
Yeah.
But between the Cody stuff, Vince, Austin possibly having a match, and Lesnar, Roman
with the tease of The Rock, the rumor of The Rock, right?
I think people are kind of, listen, it's also the first year that's like kind of like post-pandemic.
Yes.
Right? So I think people are getting a little bit more accustomed to normalcy.
They want to see it.
Yeah. What's the next sign of the plague that's about to come?
Locusts.
The locusts. The locusts are coming this summer, so that's fine. So the story here is that I guess we'll talk about it because we did this after. Last Friday, I was sent an image, okay, of something. And I was told, shut the F up. Don't say anything till right before Raw.
It was a picture of my wanger.
It was his wang. That's what it was.
A big
Like,
old hog.
whatever. I was like, okay, cool. So pretty much, I was sent this image of if Vince McMahon to decide, or Vince McMahon decides, something like that. Vince McMahon chooses Seth's opponent. And I believe Seth on Saturday, so I put a tweet out saying I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go forward with this.
Yeah.
I think like I did it a little before, a little after. I don't remember. And then everybody sending me Seth's tweet that nobody saw.
Right.
That Seth has a meeting with Vince. They weren't, I was not told that they were releasing this. And I could tell you that people were surprised that it was released on the internet. I was told that it was going to be a skit for Raw.
Okay.
So they released the clip, of him meeting Vince in the office.
with the dinosaur bones.
With the dinosaur bones. This effing guy has dinosaurs in his office.
Legit.
That's a weird office, though. It doesn't seem too comfortable.
I think it's comfortable for him, and for everybody else, wildly uncomfortable.
And what is he sketching? What is he doodling? And he writes with a pencil.
Yeah, so you can erase it.
I'm going to erase everything.
I'm going to erase
the
book.
You know what? Can you imagine how much paper they would waste on those scripts if it wasn't a pencil?
Oh, boy.
So Seth, his opponent's going to be picked by Vince McMahon. So he picks Cody, right?
Sure.
They have to continue this story.
They do.
They have to intertwine Vince and Cody somehow.
Yes.
So, Cody would be a great GM. Like,
yes.
I don't know. I don't want to see it, but I feel like he needs a role bigger than just debuting.
Listen, whatever happens with Cody and Vince and Cody in general, it's going to be a cry fest like nobody's business. And again, I've mentioned this before, but it makes perfect sense wrestling-wise and physical-wise. Seth takes the best crossroads on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
So why not? Why not? Mark my words.
Imagine it's Cody and he loses.
Ooh, would they do that? Sorry,
Pay your dues, kid.
Them's the breaks. Who are you again?
Yeah. Nick Kahn's on CNBC right now, by the way.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Bobby Lashley challenges Omos. Lashley opted not to get surgery. So we'll see. I think he's probably going to do a lighter schedule, just to heal up a little bit. Roman cut a promo reminding us that he got busted open by Brock, or that he busted Brock open at the Garden.
Yeah.
And that he's going to take his title away at Mania. I think this is going to be a great match.
Same here.
I think this is going to be a really, really good match. 5 stars? I don't know, but definitely a 4-star match, I would assume. And an amazing Steve Austin package was played. Is Steve Austin main eventing night 1? Do you believe Steve Austin is wrestling?
Again, we've talked about this over the last few weeks. I am looking forward to seeing what he does. I do think he's got to hit those high notes, dude. Off the ropes, Luthez press.
Can he do a Luthez?
Jaw jack.
Can he do one?
I think so. I think Owens will take care of him. And you know what's going to be surprising? I bet you he takes that pop-up powerbomb.
No way.
I think so.
No.
I think so.
You know what? Let's do a bet.
Okay.
Let's do a bet.
$2.
$2. $2.
There we go.
I think they're going to be very safe with him. Now, I was asked this by not only John Alba, but Garrett Gonzalez as well. Will Austin take his shirt off?
Yes.
You think so?
I think so. I don't know.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get trunks.
No, jorts.
Short jorts, definitely.
Short jorts, yeah, with the knee brace.
And shirt off, or at least a insane tank top.
Well, listen, here's the deal.
Looks good,
if he comes out with no knee brace, then you know it's not happening. If he comes out that he's like the bionic man,
Double knee brace.
double knee braces, yeah, he's wrestling.
Listen, like you said last week, he was on that Rich Eisen, whatever.
He looked great.
Yo, he looked so jacked. And also, by the way, I just got reminded of something. You, John Alba, and Chris Van Vliet need to do the Spider-Man thing.
Oh yeah. We said that on the show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. We said that on the show.
I don't watch podcasts, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to do your podcast. Do it.
I don't want to do your podcast.
Hey Jerry, you want to come on my show?
No, I don't want to do your podcast.
WrestleMania updates some more. The Steiner brothers and Shad going in the Hall of Fame. Shad's getting the Warrior Award.
Perfect.
Obviously,
Great,
very well deserved. Both Steiners going in. So the full lineup now is The Undertaker, Vader, Queen Sharmell, the Steiner brothers, and Shad. All right, cool. So a couple other things. I was told Sid. I was told every one of these names plus Sid. So what happened?
Cool.
Give me all the softball jokes. You have to go play softball, dude. I don't know. Maybe I'm very curious about that because it was like in the line of all the names plus Sid.
Weird, right? Vader? Love it.
Vader, yeah. Vader was the first one that I knew.
Yeah.
Vader and Taker I knew. And then,
so good.
And then I was actually, I didn't know, I didn't report Sharmell because I didn't know like how accurate that was. But it was all the same. So
very accurate.
I don't know what happened. I'm curious about that. I'll find out. what happens. And maybe it was some sort of commitment issue.
Here's an interesting comment from the chat room right now. Tim Anger says, "Don't you have to eat part of your shirt this weekend because WrestleMania is a 2-day event?" Did
I say I would eat it if it wasn't a 2-day event?
I think so.
Stephanie McMahon lied to me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. Well, I want to change that into you shaving your beard.
I can't do
and
that.
just having a pencil thin mustache.
I can't. Oh, and I would change my name to Piero.
There, Piero.
Do you know about my French cousins?
No, I don't.
So I have French uncles and cousins.
Oh, wait.
That are Piero, Jojo, Jacques.
Wow.
They're very French. I swear to God, they're very French.
What's next? Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
Huey, Louie, and the News. Yeah. Very, very French. And he has a pencil mustache.
Really? I want to see you in a pencil thin mustache, like John Waters, like a creepo mustache. This is interesting here, right?
Yeah.
So Shane McMahon is being brought in for WrestleMania?
Yeah, okay, so a lot of people are losing their minds over this. By the way, great troll job by WWE and Seth Rollins. But Shane was going anyway. Shane goes every year, even when he was like ousted from the company. Even when he was gone like for like the 6-7 years, he would go every year. It's WrestleMania. It's his family's thing.
Yeah, is this gonna happen? Like he's on the roof with Vince, and then Vince just pushes him off, so Shane gets the big bump.
What does Vince think of Shane?
Probably loves him.
I know, but like I want to know, like, does he think he's ridiculous? He has to.
But by that regard, does Vince think is he self-aware enough to be like, I'm also ridiculous?
No. He is self-aware. He has to be. You can't be that successful without being self-aware.
Yeah.
Shane was going. Now, great troll job if Shane's music hits.
Yeah, dude.
And then Shane comes out, he goes, "I'm not facing you. This guy is."
That would be fun.
You know, they could do something. A lot of fun here.
Seth has also been posting a lot of GIFs online for his opponent. So he posted an Ali GIF. He posted a Shane GIF. I think he may have posted a Kane GIF.
Did he post Kane?
I'm not sure. I think he may have. He should, though. I do feel like it's going to be Kane.
You want it to be Kane. Why do you want it to be Kane?
I don't want it to be Kane. I feel like it's going to be Kane because that's exactly what WWE had done for the past 20 years. Unnamed opponent, always a Kane return.
Always a Kane return. It's Veer. What if it's Veer?
Ugh. Big pop. Big pop for
Veer. All right. NXT Stand and Deliver preview. I'm looking forward to this. This looks like it's a good show. 12 p.m. pre-show, 1 p.m. East. There's nothing better than a matinee wrestling show, guys. This WrestleMania nonsense that it has to be on at night, F it. Get rid of it. Why do you need it to be on at night? It's a Saturday.
Beautiful.
You don't need ratings. You don't need the pay-per-view buys. People watch it on Peacock. Put it on at 4 in the freaking afternoon.
Yo, 12 p.m. pre-show, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, dude, that sounds like a dream.
How wasted are you guys going to get by the time I get here?
On Saturday?
Yeah.
Sunday, I'm not drinking because I got to go on the radio. We got to be like,
we got to be good
for Sunday. But I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't drink that much, dude.
Tanked are you gonna get?
I don't drink that much
on a
anymore.
white wine.
Oh, dude, you've seen me white wine drunk.
Oh yeah,
Rich has seen me
great.
at press going through like 2 bottles of Pinot Grigio at lunch.
Just falling asleep in your lunch.
I've never fallen asleep. I've never fallen asleep at. I get up. I get hyped.
Mm-hmm.
All right, pre-show. Pre-show starts at 12. Main show at 1. Toxic Attraction versus Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai for the what title is this for?
This is for the
Tag titles.
For the tag titles.
Yeah.
And we had the reunification of Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai on this week's NXT. A lot of fun. I think this match is going to be
cool
great.
moment they had.
Yeah.
The big hug. Dolph Ziggler, Braun Breaker.
Fun.
NXT Championship. Braun has to win this.
Yeah.
NXT Women's Championship 4-way. Mandy Rose, Cora Jade, Io Shirai, Kaylee Ray. All right.
I do think they're going to throw it on Cora Jade for some reason.
No, Io needs to get called up, right?
Yeah. I think Cora Jade gets that title.
You think so?
Yeah.
NXT North American Championship. Carmelo Hayes, Santos Escobar, Solo. Say the name.
Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa,
Grayson Waller.
And Cram. I keep.
Are you okay? Oh, it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. This is the end.
All
This
right.
is the end.
Cameron Grimes. I won't do that on Wrestling Observer, by the way.
I feel like.
You think I'll do that on the radio one day?
No, I feel like something kicks in where you got to keep it because that show's like this.
Very much.
You got to keep it high and tight. For this, you can throw up all you want. I know you're drinking your own vomit in that cup.
NXT Tag Team Championship Triple Threat, Imperium, the Creed Brothers, and MSK. NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. He already listed that, but now I got to erase it. Tommaso Ciampa and Tony D'Angelo, LA Knight, Gunther. So LA Knight is probably getting called up after this. Right?
Yeah,
and so is Ciampa,
sure.
Right? Isn't this Ciampa's last NXT thing?
Dude, Ciampa and LA Knight are looking so jacked.
And tan.
Yeah, that's what you need. Jacked and tan, right?
LA Knight is a fantastic act for them on the main roster.
Yes.
Great upper mid-card act. I could see him being IC champion for a while. I could see him being a US champion there.
For sure.
Those promos are great. Him and Miz could have a great feud.
Oh, dude, he cut such a good promo.
You know?
Also, Gunther/Walter has been getting slimmed down too, and he's looking a little more jacked. All he needs is a tan, and then Vince doesn't see anybody unless they have a tan.
That's true. That's what he told me.
You know how people say I don't see color?
Yeah.
Tan is the only
Tan
thing. And darker is the only thing that Vince sees.
That's all he wants is beautiful tan skin.
Tan.
What's the matter with you?
Except, Kevin Owens and Sammy get away with it though.
They're Canadian.
Yeah.
He believes that the sun does not shine in Canada.
I think you're absolutely right.
He would go to Bret Hart. He'd be like, "How is it you're so tan? You live in Canada. There's no sun.
There's no sun in Canada."
He thinks that the sun only shines on North America. That's it.
No
place else.
The sun only shines on Greenwich, Canada.
Greenwich, Canada.
Greenwich, Canada. We're getting off the road. We got a lot of podcasting to do this weekend.
Oh, God.
So this is getting nuts right now.
I know. This is out of control.
Speaking of which,
let's see. Go ahead. What else? Do we got?
Our schedule for the rest of the week, guys.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, our WrestleMania prediction show is going to be at 10:30 a.m., so please tune into that. Are you going to do a watch along on Saturday?
I don't want to effing do any of these stupid watch alongs anymore.
Yeah, whatever. Saturday and Sunday night, we're going to probably do a viewing party, which is just going to be a Chatterbait link to us on Andrew's couch. A chat roulette link.
Yeah. No, we'll be on Chatterbait live for that.
And then Sunday night from 6 to 8, Wrestling Observer Live, which is the serious show. And we're going to go right into something else after that.
I don't know what we're going into.
Well, something else.
All right, something else. We'll figure it out. AEW Dynamite last night. I watched this on delay because I got home late. Really good show.
It's a fun
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said this on We're Live, pal, right?
Mm.
And I talk about the great awakening that I had when we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
Where I no longer see WWE as like wrestling. I see it as like something completely different.
Broadway.
I see it as Broadway, man. This is a wrestling show that I grew up watching.
Yes.
Right? Like, this is closer to the wrestling that we loved compared to what WWE is doing, which is such a large-scale production. both very uniquely different.
Yes.
Both have wrestling. Both are crossover. Like WWE is definitely wrestling, but it's presented in a very different way. That it feels like it's the Muppets come to life.
Sports entertainment.
The Muppets come to life. It's sports entertainment. This was more like a wrestling show, and man, some really good moments. Show opened up with CM Punk and Max Caster. Great. Is it a rap he did? Do you say like it's a great rap? He had a really good rap.
He's leaning towards that John Cena / Nipsey Russell territory of one-liners. You know, like when he goes, again, this is not verbatim, when he was like, you say you're the voice of the voiceless, but according to your wife, you're the voice of the moistless.
Moistless, fantastic.
Love
line.
it, love it.
He also brought up the Z-Pack line.
Ooh, yeah.
Something about looking like he's a junkie.
Something like that. You're gonna throw. I'm gonna make you throw out more than that Z-Pack or something
like that. Yeah.
Great match. A lot of fun.
Listen, it was a lot of fun. I'm big on the Acclaimed. I'm very big on the Acclaimed. I think they're a very unique act that gets over without having to wrestle.
Yeah.
And you don't get too many opportunities. And they're both good wrestlers, and they're both young. Max Caster, I mean, he has a great look.
He does. When he moves up the card, we've talked about this before. When he moves up the card, they're gonna really push to the forefront how big he is, like physically. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Can I take a quick moment here?
Yeah.
Guys, we appreciate your super chats. The questions we will address at the top of the question portion at the show. So keep them coming. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So dump your super chat. Almost at $100, $75 right now.
Thanks, guys.
Let's get to 100 today. That'd be nice.
Let's get to 1,000.
Let's get to 1 billion.
We got to fly MG Geek into Vegas.
Can he get on a plane? Is he allowed?
You know what? You got to check the registry on that.
He was put on a no-fly list sometime in 1988.
We may be able to put him in a cargo crate though.
He's so diehard, and he could be in a crate. He could be like crated.
He's got goat legs, so I think we can crate him like an animal.
Just lay down a little hay for him.
John Moxley beat Jay Lethal in a pretty excellent
I've been down here for 5 hours. Someone get me out.
Give me an air hole. John Moxley beat Jay Lethal in a fantastic match. You know, like they really pushed the Ring of Honor stuff on commentary.
Dude, this was a great match. This was a really good match, and it looks like Lethal's turning heel. He did a low blow, and commentary's like, "Oh no, it was an accident." And at the end, he didn't want to shake his hand.
It was an accident.
it was an accident. He didn't want to shake Moxley's hand, but he did.
Yeah,
I think you should take Lethal and put him on that Ring of Honor show more than anything else.
Is that a step back though?
I don't think so. I don't. Is it a step back?
I want to see Lethal with that TNT title.
Me too.
You know?
Yeah, me too.
Good worker. Such a great worker.
Yeah.
Still young too.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in his 30s. Late 30s. Mid to late 30s.
Is that young? Are we considered young?
I think
36. Yeah, he's younger than me. Holy shit.
I think in the current landscape of pro wrestling, where you have your older veterans like CM Punk and Edge and AJ Styles and even Brian Danielson looking and working as good as they do, it's a whole different ballgame now, right?
Yeah.
Like Jay Lethal looks awesome. Moxley's going to be 40 in a couple of years, right? Look at Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is in his 40s. Steve Austin is 57. And this dude's going to wrestle, and these guys look tremendous. It's
Lesnar's 44, by the way.
Great. It's not
like a couple of years.
It's not like Greg the Hammer Valentine showing up looking like he just downed 25 six-packs.
Yeah.
You know, and smoked a carton of Reds. These guys are like athletes, you know?
But you know what's funny, though? Lesnar was very young when he started.
Yeah.
He was 21
when
he came on. He's been around for 21 years he's been on that roster.
Look at Orton, too, man.
Orton's another one.
Yeah, who looks tremendous.
Yeah.
By the way, that Orton thing you sent me the other day.
Oh, dude.
Ridiculous.
If you guys haven't seen it, what is it from? What is that thing from?
I don't know.
Okay, so there is a clip of Orton describing what it's like to play a heel, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And in that clip, he's like showing you the process. And this guy, his face morphs. I mean, it's actually, you want to talk about acting.
Mm-hmm.
This dude is able to pump up and he's huffing, he's puffing, he's doing this whole thing, and his whole face, his whole demeanor changes.
Oh my God.
Really? Is it WWE Evil?
But
was it from WWE Evil? I don't even know what the clip was from. It was fantastic.
But he turns it on in like 2 seconds and then turns it off in 2 seconds too. You know, he's like, and that's when I got you. Turns into Vince a little bit.
A little bit.
That's when I got you.
Greenwich, Connecticut. FTR, Dax Harwood. I called him Hardwood on Observer, and Lance Storm messaged me. And he's like, "Did you call him Hardwood?" I'm like, "I don't know. Maybe
He's got a bone to pick with you.
Maybe he does have a bone to pick with me."
I think so.
Yeah, Lance has been yelling at me on social media, and I welcome it. I'm fine with Lance yelling at me. If anybody's going to tell me to correct myself, it has to be Lance Storm. Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. There's too many Wheelers on this.
You have so much trouble with me.
Why do we have 2 Wheelers?
Wheeler Yuta?
Yeah,
Cash Wheeler. Why do we have so many Adams?
You can't have that.
Why do we got so many Brian?
You can't have that. Too many Wheelers. Dax and Cash defeated the Gun Club. This was a good match. So this seems to be the face turn happening, right? They wrestled face the whole match.
Yeah.
FTR said that they don't want to get involved with MJF and Wardlow because Wardlow and them are friends. And they had like a little shoving match, and that's how they played it off.
Great moment with Dax's eyes at the end of the match when MJF came down to the ring to raise their hand, and the crowd was screaming FTR, FTR. He had that glint of,
okay, this
man,
is cool.
They love us.
Yeah.
Babyface time. They got him in the palm of their hands. This whole thing, I think, is fantastic. The Wardlow pull apart was great. MJF on commentary was great. I want to see them as like a top babyface team, right? And then they challenge the Young Bucks in another backstage segment.
Yeah,
for part 2.
That's going to be, I think, the match for the AAA titles.
Ooh,
I think that could be the match for the AAA titles. Jericho Appreciation Society gets attacked by Santana and Ortiz and Eddie Kingston. All right, backstage they got attacked. Jade Cargill and Mark Sterling picked Jade's next opponent. Mark wanted it to be the Librarian, her 30th opponent. And instead, she's like, no, I don't want that. That's too easy. It's Marina Shafir.
Great. Roddy's wife. She is now in AEW. She's been there for a while. She's been on Dark. Cool stuff. Can we go back for a second?
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to help Santana, Ortiz, and Kingston to even the playing field against the Jericho Appreciation?
Has to be Homicide. I want Homicide.
People were saying Homicide and Hernandez yesterday.
Hernandez.
I'll go Homicide. You need one more guy. Penta.
No. It has to be one of like part of that crew. I do Homicide.
Okay.
Why not? He's crazy enough.
He did blow the roof off the Queen show when he showed up, by the way.
Dude, he did.
What a pop.
This was fantastic. Bryan Danielson defeated Wheeler Yuta in a fantastic pro wrestling match. Danielson tormented this boy. Beat the crap out of him. Yuta, hard-hitting man. They were laying it in. Wheeler Yuta they've done a really good job the last 3 weeks with this dude.
I think they were like, yo, let's get this guy away from the best friend shit.
Well, they're creating a star. They're creating someone that you're in because you were interested in him, even though you knew he wasn't going to win. You were still interested. You're like, oh, crap, look at the character development happening, right? He's a tough guy. He's not going to back down, and he did not back down at all.
I like it.
Like it a lot. Let's see what they do with Wheeler Yuta. Another one on the Zarian scale.
He is on the Zarian spectrum.
He is another one. Undisputed Elite Championship Celebration. They came out with their stolen belts. Adam Page holding that title. It's a little big. I get it.
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole. Hold it, because I'm reading Adam Page. Adam Page showed up in his Tesla. Adam Cole holding that title is a little off, but whatever.
It looks good on him, though.
Jurassic Express, spelt in the most wonky way.
He did that shit phonetically.
He did that shit phonetically.
Go ahead.
Sick Express.
Jerasick. You spell that shit like a juggalo, dude. Our resident half goat juggalo, MG Geek. Does that drive you nuts when you see shit like that on the notes?
No. I actually look forward to them now. I want to see the typos. Owen Hart Foundation tribute qualifier.
Oh, so good, dude.
Toni Storm debuted. Big reaction. She looked fantastic. You know what? She's a really good worker.
She is a really good worker.
Very good.
And you know what? Good for her and good for Tony Khan to be like, who cares about your OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Let's wrestle, you know?
Wrestle. Toni Storm defeated the Bunny. Bunny looked okay, too.
Yeah.
You know, they put on a good match. Big reaction for Toni in her debut, like I said. And we had the main event. Andrade defeated Darby Allin. A lot of moving parts in this match.
Yeah.
The size difference, though, First of all, Andrade's huge now, right?
Big boy, dude.
How big did this guy get?
Very big.
I mean,
He's taking his vitamins.
He is a jacked up dude at this point. He looks fantastic. Darby's tiny.
Yeah.
And they bill him at like what, 170?
Something like that, yeah.
There's no way he's 175, 170.
You think he's like a $140?
I'm 178 right now.
I think he's a little shorter than you too.
I mean, I would say he's like 150.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Big dude.
But,
they really played up that 65-pound difference between the both.
Yeah, they kept mentioning it a lot. I thought it was a really good match. Hardy's make the save, and Jeff Hardy with a really not so great swanton.
He just flipped on. Who cares?
He's
like,
on him.
I don't give a shit. Like, I'm just gonna crush this kid.
Yeah.
Now with all the chaos that happened during this match, at the end of the match, and like the finish and everything, and Sting coming out, are we gonna get a? I really want to throw a grape into your mouth right now.
Sorry.
I really want to. Do you think they're headed for their version of a TLC match?
I don't know what it would be, but they are headed to something.
Because they brought out the tables, they brought out the chairs. I feel like they're going to do an AEW TLC, Darby, Sting, and the Hardys versus Andrade and all his guys.
I want Sting and Andrade.
Do you want to see Sting flip off a ladder onto somebody?
He's about to, man.
I think so. With like sticks of dynamite in his hand.
He just hangs out. He's just hanging out in the back. I mean, great. They've used him really well. Like, I'm not tired of seeing Sting.
No, me neither, dude.
And he's on like every week.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And you know he's going to do some crazy shit. And they have like the perfect outfit for him. Like long sleeve shirt with the logo, long pants, makeup. He looks nuts.
Yeah, you can't tell how old he is. AEW Dynamite, AEW Rampage, Keith Lee, Ricky Starks, Chris Stratland a promo, Young Bucks versus Top Flight, Owen Hart Foundation qualifier, Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue. AEW Dynamite 4-6 lineup so far. What we have a tables match. Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they are getting ready for
leading
that.
Up to something.
Tables match where you have the Hardys versus Butcher and the Blade. Men's and women's own qualifier matches also.
Great.
Yeah.
A lot of wrestling this weekend too.
Ring of Honor. This is Tony Khan's Ring of Honor. 7 p.m. in Texas on Saturday. You want to run down this card?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the ROH World Championship Bandito versus Jonathan Gresham. That's going to be fun.
So they're doing like a title. One is like the linear champion and one is the actual champion. So they're going to do like, this is like a unification.
I'm going to go Bandito.
I'm going to go Gresham.
Okay. ROH World Tag Team Championship, the Briscoes versus FTR. I'm going FTR on this, dude.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go FTR.
This might be match of the weekend.
This could be This could be a match of the weekend.
Potential to be match of the weekend.
Yeah.
ROH Pure Championship, Josh Woods versus Wheeler Yuta. How cool would it be if Wheeler Yuta got that?
I think
belt?
you should put that title because didn't Danielson have that title?
I believe so. Alex Zane versus Swerve. Very cool.
Very cool.
Jay Lethal versus Lee Moriarty. Also very cool. That's going to be a fun match. And I think that's what you need for a Lee Moriarty. Put him with like these veterans.
So is it true that Sean Ross Sapp is going to be in the ring at GCW?
Was that graphic for real?
Can I start a rumor?
You gonna do a run-in?
He's wrestling Necro Butcher.
Oh, dude, this gets bladed up like nobody's business. Wait, but Necro Butcher's still alive?
Yes,
okay.
Necro Butcher's still alive. I don't think he's not wrestling whatsoever.
The wrestler was on the other day, and that scene with Necro Butcher it still wows me. You know how Randy the Ram has to get into the ring with Necro Butcher.
I believe Necro Butcher wrestled March 5th.
Wow.
You know what? I want Sean. I want Necro Butcher to come out. And I want Sean to run. That's like what I would do. I would run out right through that freaking building.
All offense. Isn't Sean training at some in some capacity? Or has he been training?
He has wrestled. He has trained.
Okay.
He has some judo background, I believe.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu background. He's in that battle royal.
Mm-hmm. I think he should come out with Denise on his shoulders.
Like Elizabeth?
Like Elizabeth. And then on the other shoulder, Joel
The
Pearl.
greatest clusterfuck. It's called a clusterfuck battle royal.
Wow.
So these are the GCW collective. You got Glory Pro. You got Josh Burnett's Bloodsport 8, which I'd like to watch this. This is
same here.
This is today.
This is today.
Oh shit! This is today at 3:00. Joey Janela's Spring Break Part 1 tonight at 8. Planet Dead at midnight.
Planet Death.
Friday, April 1st. You got JCW versus LA Fights. You got For the Culture at 3 p.m. You got Gringo Locos The World on Lucha. And at midnight, you got Joey Janela's Spring Break 6 Part 2, The Greatest Clusterfuck. Saturday, you got Effie's Big Gay Brunch.
Always good.
Always good. Somebody that I know is like, hey, do you know this guy? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm friends with him. I was like, yeah, I know Effie. Mission Pro at 3. You got the Unsanctioned Pro at 7:30 and Black Label Pro at 11:59. So while WrestleMania is happening, there are shows going on.
Really nuts, yeah.
On Saturday, nothing on Sunday as far as I could see here.
Just for like everybody, I guess, because this is going to be in this GCW Collective thing is going to be in Fair Park, Dallas, and it's like this is like a whole weekend of wrestling, dude.
Yeah. A lot of people are into this. Guys, submit your questions. We're going to do our best to answer them as they come in. We have about 10 minutes here, so let's do our best. Super chat us. Fund our trip to Vegas for the guys. We want to try to get MG Geek out there, too. We want to try to, piece this together, so.
Yeah, MG, just throw in those super chats into the chat room, and we'll get started with the questions in a minute. But I want to give our undying love and support to Joel Pearl, who is a new dad.
Yeah, he wanted a burrito. We got one.
Big love. Much love to Joel and his family. Brand new baby yesterday. So give that guy a shout out.
He's
online.
like the 5th Matman.
He is the 5th Matman. All right. So we have, let's look at this. $4.99 from Matt Reichel. Good morning, Andrew and Rich. Today starts the insane amount of shows odds. Dwayne shows up at the end of Brock versus Roman.
I would say 25%.
All right.
Right?
Fair enough. I think it would be cool if, and I know how you feel about these 1 year long promos. It would be cool if Rock shows up and says, hey, if you hold on to that belt for another year, I'm your opponent next year. And I'm the real tribal chief.
And I'm running for president.
And I'm the president. All right. Let's see. We got a $9.99 from Ryan Martins. Do you think AEW is in danger of entering talent hoarding mode with all the people they're signing? They don't have the programming for this larger roster, in my opinion.
So, Ryan, that's a great question. I think I agree with you partially. They need younger talent for the developmental products, right? They're on YouTube, but that doesn't really do much. I think once they get that streaming deal, this will kind of make a little bit more sense with content coming out of that Universal Studios soundstage and whatever else they're doing. I think a couple of these guys could also go to Ring of Honor and start working over there, but they do need to start cutting back for sure. Just I don't know who it can be. I don't know who how Tony does his process, but it is a little big, right? What do you think, Rich?
It's big. I don't think it's bloated yet. I don't think they're hoarding talent in as much as like they have more talent than they have TV time. I mean, that's the issue.
I guess so. Yeah, and I really don't want Dynamite to be 3 hours. That I do not want at all.
Yeah. I think you can get away with a 2-hour Rampage, but on a different night.
On a different night, yeah.
Which we talk about a lot. All right. This next super chat is from Kyle Masters, Elite POV, MG Geek to Vegas. Hashtag Viva Las Vegas. Thanks, bud. Let's see. We got a $4.99 here from Like a Rolling Stone 63. Why is there no multi-man ladder match at Mania this year? It would be a perfect opener for night one. Hashtag Vegas trip.
Yeah. I guess, and here's the thing. The secondary titles are not being defended this year at WrestleMania. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Isn't that weird?
You know what? We didn't even realize that. I didn't realize that at all.
Yeah, the secondary titles are not being defended, and neither one, U.S. title or IC. So I mean, you got 2-hour pre-show, so you could do something there. Why can't you just get these guys, on the card?
Maybe,
like
maybe night one. Not night one. There. Maybe Monday after Mania.
Or they could do it. I mean, they got 2 hours to fill. So on each night, they could do something.
Yeah, no Balor, no Ricochet.
Yeah.
Weird.
And also, the pre-show is going to air on USA night one.
Oh, interesting. We got a $20 super chat from our buddy Brandon Edwards. Thank you, Brandon. How soon does the Rock versus Roman feud start? Tonight? SummerSlam? Rumble?
I don't know. Every time I ask, they say whenever Dwayne is ready, the door's open.
Would you go banana if Dwayne The Rock Johnson showed up this weekend? Here or on WrestleMania?
Here.
Would you go apeshit?
If he showed up?
Just crash through the window right
like the Kool-Aid man? Just comes right in? I'd be like, hey, Dwayne. And then he'll carry me and he'll fly away because he has superpowers.
We got another super chat here from Joel Wood. Thanks, bud. $9.99. Do you believe the theory that Cody could back out of WrestleMania?
No.
I just don't believe they would tease him this close to Mania without having him under contract.
No, I don't believe that. And I don't think, there's a couple things here, right? Like, does WWE want to tease that? Two, Cody, Seth in an interview, he mentioned AEW. He's alluded to it, those are just rumors when he was cutting his promo. I think it's happening. I believe it's happening. I'd be shocked if it wasn't, but anything could happen.
Anything could happen. Card subject to change, right?
But WWE's really good at kind of like downplaying this to people. They'll be like, no, that's not, there's no truth to that.
Yeah. They're very good at downplaying everything. This is another super chat from the Nerd Guru.
Oh.
Thoughts on Becky's new hairstyle? I think it's fire.
That it got cut up? I don't know. Whatever.
I like it. Again, I think Bianca's losing that hair.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Let's see. We got BC Knight on Twitch over here. How many Kenny Omega moves and mannerisms will Seth trolling Rollins use on Cody this Sunday?
Oh, that's funny.
V-trigger?
I would love him to do some of them.
I think he's going to go for the one-winged angel.
Maybe Cody goes for it.
Ugh. Good Lord.
Maybe Cody goes for a one-winged angel.
This is from the Shadow Ranger on YouTube. Will the crowded roster eventually lead to wrestlers turning down AEW contracts because they know they won't be on TV every week?
It depends on the star. Like, I think if you're talking like a top guy to go over there, yeah, that's going to make a difference if they're not being presented in the way that they want to go. But if you're talking about someone that's up and coming, I think just being signed to a contract and getting paid regularly goes a long way. And I think that's part of it for a lot of these guys also. To get that regular paycheck. You make less money, and then you build your craft, you leave, you start doing something else somewhere else, and then you come back eventually. There's an entire generation that is brought up on wrestling that has no concept on having an alternate to go to. That's the other weird thing here. For the last 20-something years, there was no place else for you to go. TNA was not where this is.
Right.
Even though they were on Spike and they had, 1 million plus, and it wasn't the same. It doesn't have the same buzz for sure.
I
definitely
agree
doesn't have the same buzz. So, I think people went to Impact or TNA at the time because they wanted a place to go to get paid. They didn't go because they thought that they were making a difference. I do think there are a lot of people within AEW that are part of the roster that are there because they feel like they're changing the business. So it depends on how that goes.
I'll agree with that. I got a question for you before we get to these other super chats.
Yeah.
Does Cody go for the pedigree and do the Tiger Driver 98, or does he do the pedigree?
Oh, because he has been doing a Tiger Driver, right?
He's been pausing at the hook.
He does a pedigree.
Yeah.
Well, remember they didn't, but he has done the pedigree.
Yes.
Cody.
Yeah.
Seth also has done the pedigree.
Ooh, Battle of the Pedigrees.
Battle of the Pedigrees.
Does Cody come out with the throne and smash it again?
No, he's piecing it together. That's part of the deal. It's like, put it back together.
All right. This is from $9.99 from Ryan Martins. Imagine Seth waiting in the ring for his opponent to come out, and all of a sudden lights go out and the gong hits and out walks the Undertaker and the place goes banana. That effed you up.
That would be the only one that I feel like the people in the building wouldn't be disappointed.
I agree.
Not saying people at home, saying people in the building. Because listen, if we're there, right? We're there. We're expecting Cody. We want Cody. The other thing is the 65,000 people in that building. How many of them actually even know that Cody's rumored? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many of them are actually? I don't know. That's a good. I would love to get an answer for that. Somebody has to know the answer to that.
I wouldn't mind that if if Seth is like, where's my opponent? And then Undertaker does the full entrance. Seth is jaw jacking him. Chokeslam done. That's it.
They could do something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think they are, but they could do something like that. If The Undertaker came out and did some sort of match, I think the people in the building would be happy.
Yeah, just seeing The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Hearing
Again,
Kahn.
notice how I say people in the building. I'm not talking about people watching at home because everybody
Right.
will find something wrong with everything. But once you're in that
Absolutely.
environment, like we've gone to so many of these shows, we always have a good time.
Well, we also take a lot of mood enhancers.
I mean, we always have a good time at the wrestling shows, and I feel like that's the case for most people.
Yeah.
So you're not watching it. You're not sitting there waiting for Cody and he doesn't come out and the Undertaker comes in. You're like, I'm done with this. I'm going home. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's you get caught up in the moment. You know, you realize how much fun it is. This is another super chat from our buddy Cadillac Carson.
Yo.
$4.99. Thanks, bud. What up, homie-licious homies? What match at Mania will be better than expected?
Oh, that's a great question.
Whoa.
Let's talk about the main. You know what? I'm gonna say Charlotte and Ronda.
I was gonna say that, but better than expected. I'm gonna go ladies tag.
The ladies tag.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, you know what? I'm gonna change that. Better than expected.
Yeah.
Austin Theory, Pat McAfee.
You know what? Me too. Agree with you.
Okay.
That's great.
Excellent.
Good
Ah, look how good we are.
pick. Good pick. We're so good.
Let's see. I want to find this in the queue here.
We got another super chat here too.
Do we?
Yo, we're over $100. Nice.
Oh, very nice. Let's see. There we go. All right, Joel Wood, 999. Thanks, Joel. Does Cody come out as he did in AEW, complete with the song?
I would hope they do because he that's his song, right?
He owns the rights to that song. That's the one. Dude,
Isn't
you
that it?
nailed it. Are you down straight?
Yeah. Is that who sings it?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think they'd let him keep it, you know.
You know what I don't like in his theme? The opening thing. America's #1 radio show host, and then Cody's thing pops. You know, it's like one of those.
I do like that.
It's so stupid.
I like how he's got like several intros in his intro, but like I said,
What does it say?
adrenaline through my veins.
No. In that opening.
Oh, America's #1 wrestling family.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I think so. The son of a plumber.
Oh, the wrestling has only one royal family.
There you go. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
I that needs to go.
You don't think so?
Vince is gonna be so mad at that.
What the F?
What for me? Talking about me?
Come to Greenwich, Connecticut. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Again, like I said last week, if WWE's listening, that'd be cool. First versus Skyfall, go right into Cody's music. Boom, have this guy come out like Homelander or Solid Snake.
You think he'll do a Stardust reference?
I think so.
Maybe like he takes something and then he like rips it up or something. Yeah.
Somebody online suggested that he come out with polka dots.
No, man, don't leave it. Just
Imagine.
let him come out like Homelander.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Do you think Vince is extra proud of this dude?
Yeah, of course. Because remember, he started off in developmental.
Yeah.
He's only wrestled like there.
And their buddy.
And their buddy. Yeah. You got to be. Vince loves competition.
Yeah.
You know, he's not. I know people that talk to him like daily.
Mhm.
You know, like that I talk to these people daily, and they're like, "Yeah, he's. There's nobody like him. There's nobody like that man.
There's nobody like Vince McMahon.
There's nobody like Vince McMahon."
Kevin Owens actually had an interview the other day, and he did say that one of the big reasons for him re-signing was Vince personally saying it would mean a lot to me if you were still part of this company.
And that was it. That's all you have to say.
Listen, like, I think, you know, as much as you want to hate whatever WWE is, you have to go to the people that work there, right?
Yeah.
Jon Moxley had a different experience than Bryan Danielson, right?
Yeah.
Cody had a different experience than whatever, Jericho,
Yeah.
et cetera,
Everybody
you know?
has a different experience. I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know, and listen, politics play a huge part in everything. You
Absolutely.
know?
Absolutely.
Your relationships, the ones that you built, the ones that you don't get, you know, all of it matters. And then you wonder, like, why do some guys not get the push that they deserve?
Mhm.
Sometimes it's politics.
Yeah.
You know, like Ken Shamrock is a great example. Why didn't Ken Shamrock ever do more?
Right.
Right? It wasn't because he didn't have like the on-screen presence to do more. It was that, you know, maybe they felt that he wasn't as committed. Right? A lot, and that's political.
Right.
That's a political thing.
When you want his stuff handed to you, et cetera, and like
Yeah.
all that. You got to play ball. Look at a guy like The Miz, right? The Miz is the picture-perfect WWE picture-perfect
yes.
modern era WWE
Modern
superstar.
era, yeah. In their eyes, in the company's eyes, he's media friendly. He's PR trained. He has a crossover with other products. He's a pop culture figure. And, you know, that's always been Vince's thing to infiltrate pop culture. And they did that in the 80s. They did that in the 90s. And they're attempting to do that again now.
Yeah, you had The Rock, you had Cena, I think it's going to get there. All right, this is another $2 from Kyle Masters. Thanks, Kyle. Does Seth Rollins open night 1?
I don't think so. Maybe he does. I don't know. That's a great question. Kyle, that's a fantastic question. I don't know. I don't have the card. And by the way, that card is shifting as we speak. They're moving stuff around still.
I think it's going to be night 1 after the ladies tag, so close to the semi-main.
Close to, okay.
Yeah. Harry Turjanian in the chat room.
Horny Harry
in the building.
The boys looking good.
Thanks, Harry.
By the way, Harry had a completely hysterical bit that I laughed. I saw one of his TikToks, and I laughed so hard on the train.
Oh, yeah.
Follow Harry's TikTok. Harry, put your TikTok in there.
Why don't you send me Harry's TikTok?
I don't know why.
Whenever Andrew's on the train, I know whenever Andrew's on the train because the group chat is inundated with TikToks.
With TikToks, yeah. That's my love language. With you and my wife.
Just TikToks.
Yeah.
This is from the world's greatest frat boy, Josh Coleman. What did you both think about Tony Storm wearing pants last night?
I'm not a fan.
I was not a fan.
Oh, God. You could subscribe to her OnlyFans. She's not wearing any pants there.
Is her OnlyFans still up?
It is. Yeah.
Awesome. Good for her.
She's making a killing on that thing.
This is from Mario. WWE sold $84K for Mania in 2016. Now they'll sell $65K for both nights. What are your thoughts? Good or bad?
I think that's fine. You got to also remember like this. 2016, we weren't coming out of a pandemic, right? They also did 100, was it 100K? They announced 100K for that show, right?
They always inflate the numbers out, right?
But they'll probably announce 65. They'll announce like 75, 80,000 in the building. They'll do something wacky like that. But it's 2 nights. It's not one. If it was one night, you would have had a sellout, 100,000, right? Guaranteed. But do you want to sit there for 8 hours?
No,
I'm not
sit anywhere for 8 hours.
I don't. Dude, just make these shows early. That's all I want. Maybe this is like an old man thing. Maybe this like late 30s version of me that only has a problem with this. I like the pay-per-view. I like a pay-per-view in the afternoon. I've always been a fan of this.
Same.
And they're on the West Coast, so it's still going to be bright out when they're starting that show.
Absolutely. Yesterday, my buddy Alex is on the West Coast right now.
Oh, they're not the West Coast. But
no, but he was in the West Coast. He texted me while Dynamite was on and was like, "Hey, I'm watching Dynamite," and I was like, "How great is it to be watching this at like 6:30 right now?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to go out to dinner after this."
Yeah, perfect. 65K, yeah, that's fine. Maybe I think they wanted a little bit more, but I think that's to put 130,000 people over 2 nights.
Yeah.
And they're going to probably inflate that number to 150 over 2 nights. They're making a killing.
Yeah.
That show is going to generate $200 million of revenue for Dallas.
Yes.
Isn't that something? That is, I think the last one they did in New York generated close to like 300 million. Think about the economic impact that has. That's why WrestleMania is a big deal. For one weekend to generate that much revenue, you know what that means for sales tax?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of money you're making.
It's a lot, man. Like, it's like the Olympics,
It's like the Olympics.
It's big. It's going to be.
They just don't bankrupt your town.
When do you think they'd be coming back to New York if ever for WrestleMania? Would you have to do it in 2 venues?
No, they would do it. They would come back.
Garden 2 nights in a row?
No. They got to do, they'll never do the Garden WrestleMania ever again.
Okay.
They got to do a stadium.
All right, let's see what we got here. This is from Colonel Stutters on Twitch. Does Shane get involved with Theory versus McAfee?
What if you started a feud with Shane and Theory?
I wouldn't mind that.
I'm telling you, the true love of the father.
Yeah.
You could do that.
The true love of the father. I want to pitch an idea to Harry. Let's start something called Thick Talk, where it's just thick boys doing weird shit.
You guys should do that.
Yeah.
You and him.
Let's see. This is from the Shadow Ranger. Will the crowd... Oh, well, I read this one already. Jeez.
What else? Anything else?
Manny Santos. Yeah. Is the WrestleMania stage being revealed today?
I think there's some leaked images already. I believe there's some leaked images. Somebody showed me something on Twitter. I got to find it.
This is from Manny Pace. Any news on Kenny Omega coming back?
Probably September. I would hope that he's there for... dude, you know what? This is how they got to do it.
Mhm.
You ready? Do you save this for a bigger show? What do? Punk wins the title at Double or Nothing.
Boom.
Faces Omega at All Out.
Yes. In Chicago.
If he's ready. In Chicago. Faces him in Chicago.
Loses
for the
to Kenny
title.
Omega.
Loses to Kenny Omega in Chicago.
Building disintegrates.
The building would melt.
Yeah.
Or do you save that match later down the road? Because that match has to happen.
Absolutely.
Because that's one of those that Danielson and him is interesting, but I think the promo build would be so much better for Punk. Punk had a great promo on Dynamite.
Yes.
Really big, aggressive, old school wrestling, looking dead at the camera promo. Loved it. I think that's going to be, I mean, he'll be back by September because he got his hernia repaired.
Yeah.
And that's like a month and a half, 2 months, right? Unless you're John Cena, because then you show up the following day, whatever they do to pump him up. But
like
no, not like steroids. They give him whatever like WWE juice they have.
like their WWE game.
You know when he goes in?
Uh-huh.
What is that vessel that you always see where like people are always nude floating in the water?
Like a hyperbaric chamber?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like when the aliens kidnap you and they put you in that vessel and you're like this?
Like a back to tank from Star Wars.
Yeah. That's what they put John Cena in.
That's where he lives.
Cena, Rock, all the WWE, Hogan.
Yo, Rock looks nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Do you follow Rock on socials?
Yeah.
Yeah, those workout pictures are insane. It's like, how much more jacked can you get? How much more jacked can a guy be?
I don't think he's full.
Do you think he's full?
He's full.
I think he's still got a little room left. Little room left. He's needed a more muscular head.
He was really jacked when he did that movie with Marky Mark.
Yeah, but now, dude.
That workout movie?
He's like insane now.
Yeah.
I think the best comparison is like maybe Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, he's big.
You know?
All right. Anything else? And we can wrap it up.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
All right, guys. That's it for this week. Love you guys. I have a lot of stuff going on, so I'll see you this weekend. Enjoy the weekend.
Bang.
Let me just say that. Enjoy the weekend.
Yeah.
Have fun. Don't go crazy if something doesn't go your way. Just enjoy because you like it. Take care.